What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today with a guide for Ravaged Realm, the Dauntless Squad. Basically, day 2 of Ravaged Realm. Dauntless Squad is the Mauler team. They are supported by Burial, which absolutely doesn't help, and we are on rank 3. So the team that I'm going to show you is from Metal. It's once again from one of his graphics. If you watched the video yesterday about the Immortal Squad, you already know one of those. And looks like this. We are going to see it on the graphic, as I said, in a second. First one, Fizz-based, well, melee mostly team, very much so centered around Seth and Shark here. Second one, magic damage with Smokey and Ulcer, both of which absolute powerhouses in terms of damage. We're going to watch a little bit of the fight, not the entire fight, because it just takes too long. We have double speed right here. The thing is, Reese is a little bit prone to getting killed by Thalassa. The other four really aren't. The thing that you really want for this is, first of all, you want charms on Seth, and the second thing is really you want Shark here plus 10, and you also want charms on Shark here, skill power charms, very much so the best ones for that. The reason for that is we have like a melee based team here, and for the most part those heroes will stand within the Lupine aura of Shark here, and this will grant them an attack buff, and thus increasing the damage by quite a big amount. So in general, if you don't have a plus 10 Shark here already, I would recommend, maybe not for this one, but over the long time, you want to invest probably towards a plus 10 Shark here, because he's used so often, ever since we basically used him since last season. Was basically the first time he popped into the lineups. Yeah, and since then he's there every single time. Okay, Mikola died this time. Doesn't happen all too often, I have to say. Usually Reese is the one that gets killed by massive Thalassa damage. The second one we're going to skip a little bit because, well, it's not that spectacular. We're using Ulcer and we're using Odie here, of course, both of which absolute powers, both of which are ones where you definitely want to go and get the charms for. And they are fairly strong. They do like 50% of the damage, so it's an absolute madness. But it's not too much happening on this lineup, of course. Damage numbers, much more interesting. Could we get a new score? No. So basically for me, this lineup varies between 103 and 105 billion. And then I had like one very lucky attempt where I got 108, and this brought me to place 3 on my district, which is fairly good. So what you can see right here is we have the massive damage there from Seth, and the people that watched my Seth video recently and maybe invested in some copies are probably now really happy about that. Reese there with pretty high damage, and then we have Shark here. The thing is, Shark here only 9 billion, but of course with the buff, he is basically the hero that makes the other ones do more damage, and therefore a higher importance than you might think. I would probably value him higher in this team than Reese, despite him doing less damage in this moment right there. Second team, my Ulcer actually kind of often out-damages Odie, and I don't even have the right charms on her. Let's take a look at that. The thing is, the charms that you want on her are like the overloaded charms. And those give her haste and crit damage boost. So those haste, crit damage boost, overloaded charms. And I don't have those. I have the Mystic set with haste skill power. It's also pretty good apparently. If you have the other one, maybe test it and compare those. And I would really appreciate if you could tell me down in the comments which work better for you. Because I don't have the other one, and I don't really want to invest into this, because I personally really like the Mystic one. I'll be honest. We, of course, once again have a graphic by Metal that you can check out. And before we go into that graphic, once again, I will put you the link to this charm guide down below. This is a charm guide that was made by Daragon and Metal. And you can basically find all of the charms for every single hero in here, all of the recommended charms. And for example, like we see, this is Sorcerer set for Fresto, and they made it like priority for the full set or priority for any 3 charms. And by that means you can find like for every single class, it is sorted by the challenges, so basically sorted by class, and you can find the recommended charms right here, which makes it a whole lot easier for you to get top points in Ravaged Realm. So here we once again have a wonderful graphic by Metal 369 with 2 teams. I use the top team right here. Maybe let's zoom in. And as you can see there, that is our team. The link to this graphic, of course, once again down in the description. Shakir, Mikola, Reseth, Kruger with the frontline spell, which worked best for me. And then on the second team, we're going for a little bit of magic damage with Alsa, Odie, and Smokey, and Arcane Spell. There's an alternative team right here. This one, also fairly interesting. I tried it, it didn't work quite as well for me. It was a little bit less damage, but might be better for your account. We have Coco in here, which is a little bit better survivability. So if you struggle to survive on like the first one, that could be fairly interesting. For the second one, we have Seth right here. If we're talking about alternatives, well, it really depends on which hero we are talking about. For this one, it is a little bit difficult because we don't have too much wiggle room. We don't have too much weak heroes. All of those heroes we have right here are real powerhouses. So that's a thing. And while there are, of course, some heroes we didn't really use, something like a Sorin isn't really an addition you would want to that team. Brutus I saw a few times. There were some alternatives. Maybe we can show them. We have this version, for example, here. Brutus was used on that team. Though I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of Brutus. He isn't providing very much damage. So I guess every time you take something out of that, it's a little bit of a step back, I guess. So kind of tough to find replacements here. And I would honestly say I would prefer using Sorin over Brutus. But, well, that's just my take on it. One thing to note, though, however, that you can do still, and that I did this time, you can see my faction talents up right here. They are actually level 30 at the moment, which the reason for that is that I reset my stage 4 and just placed everything here on Mauler, so we have a 10 out of 10 on the last boost there, which is quite massive, so that we have the optimal faction talents. The way you do this, by the way, and don't do this mistake, it is set on a standard to reset everything. When you want to reset just stage 4, you have to click on stage 1 and then on stage 4, and then it will only reset all of your stage 4 skills. You can see it is on a cooldown right now, but that's no problem as long as I have those talent reshapers. And as I save them throughout the entire season, I now have 41, so I will do that every single day. And reset mine. If I wanted to use the other faction skills, I would have to put like some of those skill points back in there, which is a bit annoying, I'll be honest, but yeah, I will survive this for the duration of this event. So definitely today the team you want to use. We can try to aim for one more attempt here and see if we can get like another high score. Maybe you guys bring me luck, that would be quite fancy. And other than that, you will once again, of course, find the lineup for tomorrow on this channel. Well, tomorrow. And we will have a wonderful lineup for you again, with which you can get into the top 20 and maybe even beyond. And then we will have one more day. And after that, I will post updated lineups whenever I think it's appropriate. I don't really want to go and post an updated lineup in its own video when it's just like a small increase. Then I will just add a pinned comment down below, which you can always find. So if you come back to this video and there is a pinned comment, you will find a new lineup in there. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out the links I put in the description. And with that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.